Hey guys, we're getting ready for our reading lesson for today. So I wanted to go over what it is we are working on for today to prepare us for our learning. We've got Jax and Remy here for the lesson too. They want to do some learning as well, but something's making them really grumpy. I'm going to see if I can figure that out real fast. All right, I think they're better and calm now. So for today, here is our goal and purpose for learning. So today I can describe a character's perspective in a story and compare my own perspective with that character. So I have to stop and think about that word perspective. Do you guys remember what it means, character's perspective? In my class, we do a mirror, which looks like this. See if you can do it with me. Mirror. Perspective is what a character thinks or feels about something in the story. So today we're going to be thinking about our characters. In particular, we'll be thinking about Tavo in the story Bravo Tavo from yesterday. We're going to go back and do some rereading of the story, and we're going to think about the perspective of the character and how do we know that's how they think or feel based on the details in the story. And then we're going to think about our own perspective. That just means what do you think or feel about what's happening in the story? And we'll compare and see if we think or feel the same way as the character. All right, so I want to show you guys an example very similar of what you're going to be working with today. So you're going to have a page of text from the story that you're going to be using your rereading strategy to go back and focus on that portion of the text for today. But you have a purpose to think about as you're reading. So my purpose for this is the question at the top right here that I'm going to have to answer. So our question to think about is, what does the mayor think about Gustavo's plan? So I've given you the page to reread over and think about what is the mayor's perspective about Gustavo's plan. Now I know Gustavo is who? Yeah, it's Tavo's dad. So let's reread this page and see if we can figure out the mayor's perspective about his dad's plan. The villagers had been called to an emergency meeting to discuss the drought. As the two Gustavos neared the village square, they could hear that the meeting had already begun. To Tavo's surprise, his father marched right up to the front and faced the crowd. "We cannot wait for the rains to begin," he said. "Our ancestors knew the solution. The solution is the Zenghas. We must dig them up again. Up into the mountains we must reach the ancient source of the waters." Gustavo the mayor said, pausing for effect, "Go to your scarecrows." The crowd burst into laughter. If the Zenghas worked so well in the past, why did our ancestors stop using them? The mayor puffed up his chest and poked his finger into the air. "We must move forward, not backward." Gustavo abruptly turned and walked out. Tavo ran after him, but his back burning with embarrassment. So after reading that page, what does the mayor think about Gustavo's plan? Well, I remember reading toward the end of this page, he kind of makes fun of Gustavo's father, wouldn't you think? In fact, it says, "Gustavo," the mayor said, pausing for effect, "go talk to your scarecrows." And the crowd burst into laughter. So when he tells him, "Go talk to your scarecrows," what does that show you that he really thinks of his plan? Yeah, he kind of thinks that his plan wouldn't work and that it's kind of silly. And in fact, he's kind of insulting him, saying to go talk to his scarecrows because his scarecrows can't talk back to him, right? And then he goes on to say that why would our ancestors have stopped using them if it worked so well? So he also does not believe that his plan would work well. So those are details that lead me to believe that the mayor thinks that Gustavo's plan is silly and would not work. And I could use those details that we just found to support my answer. So if this were my question today, here's what I would do to answer it. So let's go back to our PowerPoint. All right, so let's look at the next type of question that we're going to see where we'll compare our perspective with the characters. So this question says, do you agree with the mayor's perspective on Gustavo's plan? Explain your thinking. So I'm going to think about what I think about Gustavo's plan and see if I agree with the mayor. Well, the mayor thought that his plan was silly and it wouldn't work. I don't know, after thinking about this story and thinking about how passionate Gustavo was about his plan, I think that maybe it could possibly work. I don't think I would have laughed at him. So I'm going to start my answer by putting my text box right here, click and drag, and I'm going to restate the question. So if the question said, "Do you agree with the mayor's perspective?" I'm going to say, "I disagree," or I can say, "I do not agree." I'm going to go with, "I disagree with the mayor's." I'm just going to say, "I disagree with the mayor." And I'm going to say, comma, because. And now I'm going to explain my thinking why I disagree with him. So I disagree with the mayor because he thinks Gustavo's plan is silly and he makes fun of it. I think that the plan could work if, if they all work really, hard together. All right, so I have restated and now I've answered and I compared my perspective. So I said, I disagree with the mayor because he thinks Gustavo's plan is silly and makes fun of it. I think that the plan could work if they all work really hard together. So I have now compared what I think with the mayor, and I disagreed with the mayor, and that's okay. Maybe you would agree with the mayor, and that's okay too, as long as that you are explaining why you think so. Okay. All right. So for today, your assignment is going to be going to Google Slide, and you're going to be reading your two questions that you have about. Your questions are about Tavo and his perspective. So you'll be identifying Tavo's perspective in your questions, and then also determining if you agree with his perspective as well. Just like I had two slides in this question right here, you will also have two slides that you'll have to answer for both of them. Okay. All right. So good luck with your assignment today. Think about, what does the text tell you about what the character thinks and feels about something in the text, and then decide if you agree or disagree with that character. All right. Remember to write incomplete sentences and make sure you are working on your rap strategy of restating, answering, and also proving it by using details from the text. All right. See you later, guys.